30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, yo? Welcome back to another video. It's Anish, and we have some Texans news for y'all. Laremy Tunsil tweeted that meme from Wolf of Wall Street saying he's not leaving and he's here to stay. And so that's kind of news to at least me, because in the past videos we made videos trying to hypothesize if Laremy Tunsil is leaving. And the reason that we thought that initially was because the Texans didn't play him too much, even though he was healthy. And like, I don't know if he was using that time to rehab from the thumb surgery. If Nick Caserio wanted to evaluate the other tackles on the roster, which I guess they did with like Heck and Garon Christian Sr. And so maybe Nick Caserio was doing that, or maybe Nick Caserio told Tunsil like, hey, this season is basically pretty much over, so just use this year to rest or whatnot. In fact, other teams thought that Laremy Tunsil was up for trade discussion. According to Aaron Wilson, he said that Tunsil had been the subject of some unprompted exploratory trade calls from other teams, such as the Bengals, but the Texans are moving forward with him. Anyway, so Laremy Tunsil is here to stay, and I mean, I'm still thrilled to have Laremy Tunsil. It's not like I really wanted him gone. It's just that I thought like the Texans were gonna make him go. And so Laremy Tunsil is here to stay. He's a all-pro caliber left tackle by any means. Like, he's gonna protect our blind side like really well. So I'm still super thrilled to have Laremy Tunsil still on the roster. He's a great player. So we have our tackles positions on the O-line pretty much locked with Titus and Tunsil. Really hope Titus stays at the right tackle. Really hope they don't move him back to left guard or right guard or whatnot. And we saw how much better Titus is at tackle, and so hopefully it stays that way. But inside O-line is a huge need for us. We did sign some veterans. We signed Justin Britt. We re-signed Justin Britt. We signed AJ Can, but none of those guys are like long-term like pieces to that puzzle. We could get offensive linemen from a trade. Falcons do have some offensive line pieces that we could receive. Saints have some interior offensive linemen we could receive. So maybe that could be in play. But yeah, so on top of that, Laremy Tunsil also restructured his contract. So he turned some of his base salary into a signing bonus, and he created $8.4 million in cap space. And his cap number is now $17.7 million from 26.1 million. So that's great. So that means the Texans have much more cap to operate with. I feel like a lot of the free agency signings are kind of like paused, like they're kind of pending on the Watson trade, and it makes sense. Like, some people are thinking that Will Fuller is trying to see where Watson's going, and I'm sure Watson's doing some behind the scenes recruiting and whatnot. So I mean, a lot of moves are also hinging on what happens with Sean Watson, especially the team that does acquire him, because like they have to make sure like what can they do post acquiring Watson, like how many other players they can sign, things like that. And so Laremy Tunsil restructures his contract. He did the same thing last year, restructuring his contract, so he does it again. And so whenever we're restructuring a player's contract, it's most likely a player who will be here for the long term, because if we do trade or hopefully not, but cut him, then that cap number will be like sped up into that year. So like whatever we owed him like for like the future years, if we cut him or trade him like at a certain year, then all of the cap hits will be like sped up towards that year. So luckily, so it seems like that Laremy Tunsil is in the Texans' long-term plans, which is a good sign. What does this mean for the draft? Basically means that the Texans probably won't draft one of the tackles that a lot of people are mocking them to. And so you could probably rule out Evan Neal and Ikem Ekwonu at number 3 at least. I know like they've had some snaps at guard, but honestly I really don't see it the Texans drafting them. especially since Laremy Tunsil is still here for a good while, and so it seems like the Texans would just like land Kyle Hamilton, like he'll just fall in their laps. It seems like the Jags, they've already signed Sheriff, they've already re-signed like Robinson or something, so they already got their tackle set too. So maybe Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau go number one, and one and two, like vice versa, whatever the order is, and then Kyle Hamilton will definitely be a good choice at number three. Like we lost Justin Reed. We don't really have a star in the secondary really, so it would be pretty helpful to get Kyle Hamilton, especially when the two top edge rushers are off the board. So it seems like that's the case. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the video. Let us know your thoughts on this recent news, and as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.